Welcome to my channel, The World Coin. Hello and welcome, coin lovers. This channel is dedicated to the fascinating world of coins from every corner of the globe. From ancient currency to modern mints, rare finds to everyday coins, we explore their history, design, and hidden stories. So subscribe now and join our growing community of coin collectors, history enthusiasts, and curious minds. Here coins top 5 cents. So let's get started. The 1964 United States 5-cent coin, more commonly referred to as the Jefferson Nickel, holds a significant position in American numismatic history, representing the end of an era and the beginning of another within the coinage of the United States. This coin, minted in enormous quantities during a transitional time in the mid-20th century, stands as one of the most abundant issues of the Jefferson Nickel series, yet it carries immense historical importance, especially for collectors who appreciate the intricate relationship between economic events, political changes, and design evolution in U.S. coinage. The 1964 Jefferson Nickel was produced in two main facilities, the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, and the Denver Mint, with a small d mint mark. It was the last year that mint marks appeared on Jefferson nickels until 1968, as the U.S. Mint temporarily suspended the use of mint marks between 1965 and 1967 in an effort to discourage coin hoarding during a nationwide coin shortage. The design of the 1964 Jefferson nickel continued the motif that had been introduced in 1938 by German-American sculptor Felix Schlag, whose vision had been selected through a national competition to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and principal author of the Declaration of Independence. On the obverse of the coin, Jefferson's left-facing portrait is boldly engraved, capturing his dignified, intellectual appearance with fine attention to detail, particularly in the facial features and the iconic tied-back hair. The inscription, "In God We Trust," appears to the left of Jefferson's profile, while "Liberty" and the date, 1964, are placed to the right, separated by a small five-pointed star. The composition and balance of these inscriptions reflect a classical aesthetic typical of mid-20th century U.S. coin design, emphasizing both faith and national identity. The reverse design features Jefferson's historic home, Monticello, located near Charlottesville, Virginia. Schlag's original depiction of Monticello underwent several revisions before being accepted, as mint officials had initially found the design's perspective and details unsatisfactory. The final design presents the building in a frontal, neoclassical view, symbolizing Jefferson's architectural genius and Enlightenment ideals. Above the image, the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, out of many, one, reinforces the unity of the American nation. Below the building are the inscriptions, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. The mint mark, when present, is located to the right of Monticello, just after the building's steps, a subtle yet crucial detail for numismatists identifying the coin's origin. The metal composition of the 1964 Jefferson nickel remained the same as in previous years, 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a weight of 5 grams and a diameter of 21.21 millimeters. The coin features a plain, smooth edge, unlike other denominations such as dimes or quarters, which have reeded edges. This copper-nickel alloy gives the coin its characteristic silver-gray color and excellent durability, allowing it to withstand decades of circulation without excessive wear. The coin's hardness and resistance to corrosion also made it ideal for daily transactions, vending machines, and public use. The mintage numbers for the 1964 nickel were extraordinarily high, a direct result of the U.S. Mint's effort to combat the national coin shortage that plagued the American economy in the early 1960s. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 1,024,672,000 coins, while the Denver Mint struck around 1,787,297,160 coins, bringing the total to more than 2.8 billion nickels, the highest production ever recorded for a single date in the Jefferson Nickel series up to that point. These massive numbers ensured that the 1964 Jefferson nickel would remain one of the most common nickels in circulation for decades, often found in pocket change well into the 1990s and beyond. In terms of collectability, while circulated examples are readily available and hold only face value, uncirculated or proof-like specimens, particularly those with sharp strikes and attractive luster, can be quite desirable. High-grade mint state MS coins, especially those graded Mississippi 65 or higher, can display brilliant cartwheel luster and well-defined details on Jefferson's cheekbone and Monticello's steps. Coins with full steps (FS) designation, meaning all 6 steps of Monticello are clearly visible without flattening, are notably rare for the 1964 issue due to the generally weak strikes typical of that era. Full steps specimens command a significant premium in the numismatic market, especially for collectors specializing in the Jefferson Nickel series. Certified full steps examples from both mints are prized by registry collectors and can sell for hundreds of dollars, depending on grade and strike quality. Interestingly, the 1964 Jefferson Nickel marks an important transitional point in U.S. coin history. In 1965, the U.S. Mint began implementing major changes to coinage composition and minting policies due to rising silver prices and widespread hoarding of coins. Although the nickel retained its copper-nickel alloy, other denominations like the dime and quarter shifted away from silver content. This context makes the 1964 nickel a symbolic survivor of the pre-silver debasement era, the last of the classic Jefferson nickels before mint marks were removed and the coinage system was restructured. The production process for the 1964 nickel involved high-speed coining presses and large-scale planchette preparation to meet massive demand. Many of these coins suffered from minor die wear, resulting in soft details, die cracks, or metal flow lines. Some die varieties and errors from this year are also notable, including double die obverses, repunched mint marks, RPMs, and die clashes. Among these, the most sought-after variety is the 1964 D double die reverse, which displays visible doubling on the lettering of Monticello and 5 cents. Such errors are collectible and can increase a coin's value considerably, particularly in high grades. The proof version of the 1964 Jefferson Nickel, produced at the Philadelphia Mint, was included in the 1964 U.S. Proof set and features a mirror-like surface with frosted devices, achieved through special die polishing and strike pressure. Approximately 3,950,762 proof nickels were minted, making them relatively common among proof issues but still sought after for their eye appeal. Deep Cameo (DCAM) or Ultra Cameo (UCAM) examples, where the contrast between the frosted devices and reflective fields is sharp, are especially prized among collectors. In circulation, the 1964 Jefferson Nickel served as a reliable workhorse coin throughout the 1960s, 1970s, and 1980s. Its durability and aesthetic familiarity made it one of the most recognized coins in American pockets. Even today, decades after its minting, millions of these coins remain in use, testifying to the endurance of Schlag's design and the mint's craftsmanship. Over time, however, the relief details of circulating examples have worn down, often softening Jefferson's features and the steps of Monticello, giving the coin a smooth and aged patina that collectors find charming in well-preserved examples. From a historical perspective, the 1964 Jefferson Nickel encapsulates a moment when the U.S. Mint was balancing modernization and tradition, mass production and artistry. It was a year of immense change, both in the minting world and the broader American society. As the United States entered the mid-1960s, cultural transformation, economic shifts, and technological advancements began to reshape the nation. Yet, through it all, the humble nickel remained a constant symbol of everyday commerce and stability. In conclusion, the 1964 5-cent United States coin, the Jefferson Nickel, is far more than a simple piece of currency. It is a historical artifact that bridges America's wartime resilience, post-war prosperity, and modern transition. With its enduring design, vast mintage, and subtle nuances in strike and detail, it stands as one of the most iconic and accessible coins in the U.S. series. Whether found in an heirloom coin jar, inherited collection, or graded slab, the 1964 nickel continues to tell a story of America's economic strength, artistic legacy, and the enduring presence of Thomas Jefferson's vision, both as a leader and as a symbol of enlightenment in U.S. numismatic heritage. Country: United States of America. Denomination: 5 cents nickel. Year: 1964. Obverse designer: Felix Schlag. Reverse designer: Felix Schlag. Composition: 75% copper, 25% nickel. Weight: 5.00 grams. Diameter: 21.21 millimeters. Edge: plain. Mint marks: none. Philadelphia, D. Denver. Total mintage: Over 2.8 billion. Proofs. 3.95 million Philadelphia. Value range. 5 cents circulated, $500 plus, full steps MS condition. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. A new coin story awaits you every next day.